Let me ask you something. Two people wake up at the same time, same city, same age, same background. 10 years later, one is financially free, living the life he always dreamed of. The other one is still complaining, still saying, I never got the opportunity. Same world, same time, same starting point. So what was different? It wasn't luck, it wasn't connections, it wasn't even talent. It was one thing, the way they thought, the way they saw the world inside their head. My friend, today's video is not just a book summary. This is going to be a full mental reset. In the next 30 minutes, I'm going to walk you through 4 of the most powerful mindset shifts that separate people who win in life from people who just watch winners from the sidelines. So if you want more money, more success, more clarity, and more control over your own life, stay till the end. Because the last 5 minutes of this video might be the most important 5 minutes of your entire week. Let's go. You know what's the biggest lie we've been told? Work harder and success will come. I've seen people work 14 hours a day and still live paycheck to paycheck. I've seen people hustle for years and still feel empty inside. So clearly, hard work alone is not the full answer. What nobody teaches us is this. Your results in life are a direct reflection of your inner world, your thoughts, your beliefs, your mental patterns, your identity. And that's exactly what this entire video is about, the power of your mindset. Now, who is this for? This is for the person who works hard but doesn't see results. This is for the student who studies but doubts themselves during exams. This is for the professional who has all the skills but still feels stuck. This is for the entrepreneur who starts projects but gives up halfway. And honestly, this is for anyone who has ever thought, why does success always happen to other people? The biggest mistake most people make is that they keep trying to change their circumstances without first changing their thinking. They switch jobs, move cities, change relationships, but they carry the same old mind with them everywhere they go. And that old mind keeps producing the same old results. So today, we fix the mind. Let's begin. What if I told you that the story you tell yourself every morning is literally shaping your bank account, your health, and your relationships? Stick with me. This might shock you. Let me tell you about a study. Scientists took 2 groups of people. Both groups had the same physical ability, the same fitness level. One group was told before every practice session, you are natural athletes. Your body is built for this. The second group was told nothing special. Guess what happened after 30 days? The first group, the ones who were told they were built for it, performed 27% better. Same bodies, same practice, different belief. This is not magic. This is neuroscience. Your brain has something called the reticular activating system, basically a filter. This filter decides what information to notice and what to ignore. And here's the wild part. This system is programmed by your own self-talk. When you keep saying, I'm not good with money, your brain literally starts filtering out opportunities to make money. You don't even see them. Someone else walks past the same opportunity and grabs it, not because they're smarter, but because their brain's filter was set to notice it. And when you keep saying, I can do this, I figure things out, challenges make me stronger, your brain starts hunting for evidence to support that. It starts showing you solutions, connections, ideas. It starts rewiring itself to support your belief. This is not woo-woo self-help talk. This is literally how your brain works. Now here's the common mistake most people make. They try to think positive while secretly believing the negative. That doesn't work. Your subconscious mind is not fooled by fake smiles and hollow affirmations. Real mindset change only happens when you repeatedly expose your brain to new beliefs until they become automatic, until they become your new default. Think of it like a muscle. The first time you lift a weight, it's hard, but you do it again and again and again, and one day that weight feels like nothing. The same goes for beliefs. Starting today, every single morning, before you check your phone, before you scroll Instagram, before you drink your chai, sit for just 3 minutes and say these words out loud. I am capable, I learn fast, opportunities find me, I handle hard things with strength. Say it like you mean it. Say it with your chest. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's repeated, so make it real by repeating it. Do this for 21 days and I promise you, you will feel a shift. Most people fail not because they lack skills, but because they fail to see themselves as someone who can succeed. And there's a very specific reason for that. Keep watching. Let me tell you a story. There was a young man, let's call him Arjun. Arjun came from a small town. His family never had much money. Every time he had a business idea, his relatives would say, "Yar, hum log business wale nahi hai. Job cut, safe raho. We're not business people. Get a job, stay safe." Arjun heard this so many times that he believed it. He started saying it himself. "Man business type nahi hu. I'm not the business type." So even when great opportunities came his way, a friend offered to go into business with him, a mentor offered to guide him, Arjun said no. Not because the opportunity was bad, but because it didn't match his identity. This is called the identity trap. You see, human beings are wired to act consistently with who they believe themselves to be. If you believe you are a poor person, you will make poor decisions, not because you're stupid, but because your brain is desperately trying to stay consistent with your self-image. Here's an interesting thing that happens when people win the lottery. Studies show that the majority of lottery winners go completely broke within 5 to 7 years. Millions of rupees gone. Why? Because their internal identity, the way they saw themselves, never changed. Deep down, they still thought like a poor person, so they made poor person decisions until they arrived back at their familiar financial state. The environment always tries to match the identity. So here's the question that changes everything. Who do you believe you are? Not who you want to be someday, not who you're pretending to be in front of others, but who do you truly believe yourself to be when no one is watching? That answer is your identity, and your life right now is simply a mirror of that identity. Now here's the exciting part. Identity can be changed, but it doesn't change by wishing. It changes by acting. The most powerful mental move you can make is to start making small decisions as if you already are the person you want to become. A person who wants to become financially smart starts reading one personal finance article a day, not because they know everything, but because financially smart people do that. A person who wants to become healthy starts drinking water first thing in the morning, not because it changes everything, but because healthy people do that. You act into a new identity, small action by small action, day by day, until one morning you wake up and realize you have actually become that person. The role becomes real. The costume becomes skin. Arjun from our story, he eventually realized what was holding him back. He started making tiny business moves, selling things online on weekends. He joined a small entrepreneur community. He started identifying as someone who learns business. 3 years later, he runs a successful e-commerce business. Same Arjun, new identity. The world didn't change. He did. You want to know the one thing that separates truly successful people from everyone else? It's not what happens to them, it's what happens inside them when things go wrong. This is the part most people skip, and it costs them everything. Here's an uncomfortable truth. You will fail. I will fail. Your favorite entrepreneur failed. Your role model failed. Every human being who has ever achieved anything significant has failed, multiple times, often spectacularly. This is not pessimism. This is math. The problem is not failure itself. The problem is the story you tell yourself after you fail. Average thinkers hear a no and think, "See, I knew I wasn't good enough. I should just stop trying." High performers hear the same no and think, "Interesting. What can I learn from this? What do I need to do differently?" Same event, completely different internal response. And that internal response determines whether the failure becomes a stop sign or a stepping stone. Here's a psychological insight that blew my mind when I first understood it. Your brain categorizes experiences in 2 ways, fixed or growth. A fixed mindset says, "This is who I am. If I fail, it means I'm a failure." A growth mindset says, "This is what I did. If I fail, it means I need to learn." The terrifying thing about a fixed mindset is that it makes you avoid challenges, because in a fixed mindset, challenges are threats. If you try and fail, it proves you're not good enough. So instead, fixed mindset people only do things they already know they'll succeed at. That is the definition of a comfort zone. And as we all know, nothing grows in the comfort zone. Here's the uncomfortable truth I promised you. Most people are not failing because they're unlucky. They are failing because they are unconsciously trying to fail. They self-sabotage. They quit when it gets hard. They make excuses. They procrastinate. Why? Because the fear of what if I really try and still fail is too painful to face. So they half try. That way, if they fail, they can tell themselves, "I didn't really truly best." But here's the thing. Half trying guarantees half results or no results at all. Winners are not people who don't feel fear. Winners are people who feel the exact same fear and take action anyway, because they've developed a healthy relationship with failure. They've made peace with the fact that failure is just data. It's information. It's the universe saying, "Not this way. Try again, but differently." Next time you face a setback, pause before you react. Take a breath. Then ask yourself these 3 questions. 1. What did I learn from this experience? 2. What would I do differently next time? 3. How does the setback actually push me toward my goal? Write the answers down. This simple practice rewires how your brain processes failure. Over time, failure stops feeling like death and starts feeling like feedback. And feedback is the most valuable currency in the journey to success.
Everyone talks about motivation, but here's the dirty secret no one tells you. Motivation is a liar. What you really need is something far more powerful. Stay with me. This might be the most important thing I say in this entire video. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is permanent. Everyone gets motivated watching a YouTube video. Everyone gets inspired reading a good book. That feeling is real, but it lasts what? A few hours? Maybe a day? Then Monday morning comes. The alarm goes off at 5 a.m. It's cold, it's dark, you're tired, and that motivational fire from the weekend? Completely gone. This is why so many people stay stuck in cycles of, I'll start Monday. They're waiting for motivation to show up, but motivation doesn't work that way. Here's the deep lesson that most mindset summaries get wrong. Discipline is not about forcing yourself to do things. That's the misunderstanding. Most people think disciplined people have some kind of iron willpower that never breaks. That's not true. Disciplined people have simply redesigned their environment and their habits so that doing the right thing becomes easier than not doing it. They don't rely on willpower. Willpower is a limited resource. It depletes like a battery. Disciplined people use systems instead of willpower. Let me give you an example. If you keep your phone on your nightstand, you will scroll at night, not because you're weak, but because the environment makes it too easy. The trigger, phone, leads to the behavior, scrolling automatically. But if you charge your phone in another room, suddenly the behavior changes. You sleep better, you wake up fresher, you're more productive. Did your willpower get stronger? No, you just changed the environment. Now apply this to your biggest goal. Want to read more? Put your book on your pillow. Want to exercise? Sleep in your workout clothes. Want to save money? Set up an automatic transfer to savings the moment your salary arrives, before your brain even has a chance to spend it. Systems beat motivation every single time. Here's how people commonly misuse the concept of mindset, and this is the mistake I see everywhere. They treat mindset work as a replacement for doing the work. They meditate, they journal, they say affirmations, and then sit back and wait for results to magically appear. No, mindset work is the fuel, but you still have to drive the car. A powerful mindset does not mean you sit and visualize your goals all day. A powerful mindset means you act consistently, even when you don't feel like it, because you've built systems that make action the path of least resistance. Winners don't always feel like winners, but they act like winners regardless of how they feel. That's the real secret. Okay, we've talked about big ideas. Now let's get practical, because information without action is just entertainment. Here is your 7-day mindset reset plan. Simple, executable, powerful. Day 1, Awareness Day. Today, just observe your self-talk. Every time you catch a negative thought, I can't, I'm not good enough, this is too hard, write it down. Don't judge it, just notice it. You cannot fix what you cannot see. Awareness is the beginning of change. Day 2, Identity Writing. Take a blank page and write, I am a person who. Then list 10 qualities you want to embody, not the ones you have right now, but the ones you're committed to developing. Read this list out loud every morning. Day 3, Failure Audit. Think of your top 3 past failures. For each one, write what you learned and how it actually helped you grow. This exercise breaks the emotional grip failure has on you. Day 4, Environment Design. Look at your physical space. Remove one temptation, add one trigger for a positive habit. Put your book on the table, delete one distracting app, charge your phone outside your bedroom. Small change, big result. Day 5, the 5-minute win. Choose one habit you've been procrastinating on. Today, do it for just 5 minutes. Not an hour, just 5 minutes. The goal is to break the psychological resistance of starting. Starting is always the hardest part. Day 6, Gratitude and Visualization. Spend 5 minutes writing 3 specific things you are grateful for. Not generic things, real specific ones. Then spend 5 minutes vividly imagining your life 1 year from now if you consistently apply everything you've learned this week. Feel it, see it, believe it. Day 7, Commitment and Review. Review everything from this week. What worked, what was hard, what surprised you. Then write a 1-sentence commitment. For the next 30 days, I will do blank every day. 1 habit, 30 days. This is how identities are built. I want to leave you with something that I think about often. Imagine 2 versions of you. Version A is the you that keeps doing what you've always done. Same thoughts, same habits, same excuses, same comfort zones. That version of you knows exactly where it ends up because you can already see it. Version B is the you that takes what you learned today and acts, changes one thing, builds one habit,
shifts one belief. That version of you, that version has a completely different story. And here's the most powerful mindset shift of all. You are not your past. You are not your circumstances. You are not the limiting beliefs that were handed to you by your family, your failures, or your fears. You are what you decide to become, starting right now, in this moment. Every single great person who ever lived had doubts, had bad days, had moments where they wanted to quit. The difference is, they kept going anyway, not because they had some supernatural strength, but because they had made a decision about who they were, and they refused to betray that decision. Right now, I want you to make a decision. A decision that you are done being average, done playing small, done waiting for the right time, because the right time is not coming. It never comes. The right time is always right now. Your mindset is not fixed. It is not determined by your DNA or your past or your bank balance. It is a skill. And like every skill, it gets stronger with practice. So practice it every day, a little bit, consistently. And one day, not so far from today, you will look back at this moment and realize this was the day things started to change. Not because of luck, not because of someone else. Because of you. All right, my friend, that's a wrap on today's video. If this video gave you even one idea that made you think differently, please hit that like button right now. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people who need this message. And if you're new here, what are you waiting for? Hit subscribe and turn on the bell. I drop videos like this every week. Deep, practical, mindset-shifting content. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, what was your biggest takeaway from today's video? Was it the identity shift, the failure reframe, the 7-day plan? Tell me, I read every single comment. Share this video with someone who needs a mindset reset right now. You might just change someone's life today. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep growing, keep showing up, and remember, your mind is your greatest asset. Protect it, train it, trust it. Take care. Peace.